We're live and in color.
I'm so thirsty.
A little bit. There we go.
Hello, humans.
Ah!
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Waiting for that moment.
Oh, wait, we're way off center. Come closer to me. Come closer to me. You can't really tell
the screen
with these live streams until you're going.
There we go.
Okay. That's better. Hello, one person watching. Welcome to
Hey, howdy, hey, everyone.
the book club live chat. If at any reason, at any point, we just disappear completely, my computer's been having some Wi-Fi issues, so we're gonna hope it doesn't do anything. Please, Lord, let it not. And if it does, I brought the tripod, so we'll jump over to my phone.
I am superbly washed out.
I know. I feel like the lights were too much, maybe. I don't know.
Did that make it worse?
I don't know. Nothing's really
because this window is open.
Nothing's really right.
The lighting is just,
it's one of those
I'm
days.
like, oh,
One of those Tuesdays.
I'm
Hello.
an angel.
Hello. I hope you guys
What?
are seeing everything. What?
Nothing. It didn't. That box didn't come up all the way.
No, it didn't. I don't know why it does that. I don't understand the way things work. Welcome to the Tales of Old Time Book Club live show discussion of Reflection by Elizabeth Lim, which was our book for April and May. I almost forgot what month it was, as if it's not June 1st.
It is June
today.
1st. Crazy.
Anybody else having a moment of like, how did it already get to be June?
We're already almost halfway through 2021. Crazy sauce. I also want to point out how well your shirt
Thank you.
coordinates with our theme.
This
today.
is I can't remember what the collection was called. Wisdom collection? Disney Wisdom collection,
I
right?
think so, yeah.
I have the Mulan shirt. I'm gonna fall over. Okay. It says the flower that blooms in adversity is the most rare and beautiful of all, which is
that the only shirt you got?
This is the only shirt I got. I think it was on sale. And that's why I picked it up.
And I love the colors. Like, it's
I love
very
it.
different.
It's really pretty, and I think it's really nice.
Yeah.
I have bell ears because the yellow, the red ears I have just, I think, would have clashed really bad.
They were too red.
They were too red, so I went with gold instead because there's gold accents on here. So they're bell, but they've got flowers on them. Look. It works.
I think I'm going to try to close this window.
Do you want to?
It's kind of bothering me. Hold on.
Is it too much? Is it too much? See, it's still really white, but we're not quite as washed out.
I don't know. We
The
might
sun.
figure this thing out eventually.
Hello, lovely people. We're doing the live discussion for Reflection. I'm really excited because there's a lot of fun things to talk about with Mulan. I'm not seeing any comments, but I don't know if that's just because... Oh, there it is. Aha, I had to click a different button. I'm like, I was like, something's wrong. I'm not seeing something's wrong. No. Will we always bring everything back to psych? Yes, we will.
Hey, Nicole.
Hello. I know, I can't believe it's June.
It's blowing my mind a little bit.
Yes, the Wisdom Collection was amazing. I have a lot of the notebooks, and I think I have the Piglet mug, the one that had a piglet quote.
Yeah.
Good one. Yeah.
I liked
but this is the only t-shirt.
They picked like the most memorable quote or whatever from whatever movie they were choosing. But I liked how different the range of quotes were. Like
Definitely.
You had some like sentimental ones, you had more funny ones.
Definitely.
Yes. Dove into darkness.
Love, family heritage, and fighting for the chance to live. The drama. It was so dramatic. So let's begin by, let me just say, I'm going to be honest, I'm not the hugest fan of Mulan, but I rewatched it last night to prepare for this because it had been a hot minute since I've watched that film. It's so iconic. What a great movie. Mulan is excellent. It's just really good. I love the music. I love the characters. The animation is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And I really love Mulan, man. It's classic. Like,
yeah.
So good.
I will make one point before we actually dive into Abby's thoughts on the book. as she was keeping me along with the story as she's reading, it seemed very like this. Like,
my
she's
opinion?
like, whoa, this is happening. And then, whoa, what's happening now? And then, whoa, that seems a little like an overreaction. And then, whoa, this is so dramatic. So I feel like we were in a little bit of a ping pong match inside this book.
Ping pong. You're so good.
I
know. Yeah, so I mean, it's okay. I wasn't gonna get into this one. I'm gonna get into it because I feel like I need to explain myself. It's not that I have a problem with Mulan. I really enjoy the film. I love the music. It's my problem, I think, is with the marketing team at Disney because Mulan is not a princess, and it's always bothered me.
She's a warrior.
She is kick butt. I love her character. She's awesome. Like she is iconic.
Mm-hmm.
She's not a princess. She's not royal, and she doesn't marry a prince.
That's true. Because most of, like, not most, but some of the Disney princesses aren't princesses, but then they marry princes, which makes them a princess.
Right.
But
she doesn't have any of that.
As evidenced by Mulan 2, we actually get to see the princesses who are the Emperor's daughters. Those are princesses. She's not. She's a warrior. But
neither does Moana. But Moana is the chief's daughter of her village. So I feel like she and Pocahontas, I feel like, are more qualified than Mulan. That's all I'm saying. My problem is with marketing at Disney. I do love Mulan. Yeah, her parents are great. She's one of the few of the Disney princesses who has both her parents still
and they're
alive.
Awesome. Yeah,
and her grandmother. So I thought, hello, son. Now you show up.
I'm telling you, I
can't wait to that.
I think should I just close?
Should we just close both of them?
Continue this conversation.
Okay.
I don't know why we couldn't get this together today. This lighting, these jail bars all over everywhere.
This is going very poorly. Sit back down. I'm going. You know what? Oh, that's better. Okay. You know, y'all, when you come to see us live, you just get, this is what happens.
Hot Mess Express.
This is what happens that we cut out of all of our videos, pretty much.
Okay, that's so much better. We should have just closed the
Why didn't we just start with this? Because I wanted some sunlight. Because I thought it would be nice. Okay. I don't know.
Okay. Back to you guys.
Okay, let's go back. Let's see here.
Robin loves Mulan and Mushu. So much fun.
The book was a faster pace than others, definitely.
Yes, she's a warrior.
She is a warrior, definitely. Both Moana and Mulan, I think, are warriors for sure, and I love them both. She is a heroine, but not a princess. And this is the thing, I think, is because there are actual princesses that I feel like Disney has neglected in favor of others. Like Princess Kida from Atlantis is a princess, but is she an official princess? No. And I feel like that's a problem.
Interesting. I never actually thought about that.
But the Mulan movie, absolutely iconic. We love it. We love to see it.
Can you truly talk about this book and not be in the darkness?
It's true.
There's too much sunshine.
Literally, the whole thing takes place in the underworld. So, yes. We're glowing. I have a sunbeam.
What is that kind of
sunbeam? Jesus has sent me a sunbeam.
Look at these on my face. Guys, we film this at the same time every book club live, right?
Because, well, now it's summer, so the sun is higher than it's been in the past.
We apologize. Let's just sit back.
We're just going to ignore it.
Please ignore any weird sunspots that appear on our face or background.
Oh, thank you, Robin. Yes. I know it's the YouTuber struggle. You should see how much we cut out. It's a lot. Yes, Kida is iconic. Yeah.
I feel like we actually don't cut this much lighting issues.
No, it's not normally lighting. It is normally we go off on some rabbit trail that we don't need to have in the video.
In summer.
Wrong movie. That's wrong. It's the wrong franchise.
But it seems to fit this moment, doesn't it?
It's true. Okay. Speaking of Mushu, because Robin had mentioned Mushu, who is one of the most iconic Disney sidekicks. I mean, what a legend.
What a
living legend, Mushu. And frankly, I mean, it's kind of his movie. At least in his eyes, it's his movie.
It is, in that everything is told kind of from his perspective. So yeah, I mean, is he really the main character?
However, Well, two things that kind of discount him being the main character. He doesn't have his own song, which I feel like is a mistake.
In a Disney musical,
why doesn't Mushu have a song? Can we talk to somebody about this? Mushu should have.
I don't know what his song would be.
A show-stopping number. I don't know, something like "Friend Like Me," I would think, because he and Jeannie kind of have a similar.
That's true.
Vibe, but he's not. Where is Mushu? Where is Mushu? This is my main question. This has been my one complaint about a lot of the Twisted Tales that we've read as the book club so far, because I think we've read four. Yeah, this is our fourth, I think. And where are the sidekicks? The sidekicks are always left behind.
I think they just
Conceal, Don't Feel. I needed more Olaf. Reflection. I needed more Mushu. Like,
I think they really just wanted to focus more on the characters and their main characters and their backstories. They didn't have time to think about the sidekicks and how they come into it.
A new sidekick in here, Shishi, who is the Lee family guardian. He's Shang's family guardian.
Which I think is kind of a cool
Which is kind of fun.
You don't hear about them at all.
But I would have enjoyed if Mushu was also here. Like, I think that
they could have
been really funny.
Having, like,
Shishi and Mushu going at it, I think would have been really fun. But he's only in, like, the first two chapters, and then the very last chapter, he shows up for, like, 10 seconds. So I'm like, did the author just not feel like she could properly pull off Mushu, like, do it right? And so she's just like, I'm not going to do any?
But also, here's my question, is that maybe, like, it's implied in the movie and in Mulan 2 that Mushu comes along on everything that Mulan does, on every adventure, on every mission, on whatever. And the fact that she went through an entire book
of the underworld
action and doesn't have Mushu is kind of strange.
So I was like, where is Mushu? Where is Cricky? I want my friends here.
Oh, Cricky.
I love Cricky. Cricky's probably my favorite character, if I'm going to be honest.
Hey, Heather!
Hey! Broadway version Mushu does have a song. Good. Because Mushu deserves music.
He deserves music.
He deserves
to put his thoughts and emotions to music.
Songs. Would she have had to have asked permission for Mushu to enter the underworld? I mean, maybe. But Shishi didn't have a problem. So, I don't know.
They probably would have kicked Mushu out.
Yeah.
So, like,
I just missed him being there. I feel like he would have added a lot to a lot. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all I want to know.
And I feel like in this whole series, they just need more sidekick.
Yeah.
More sidekick into now. Hello. Welcome. Hi. Thanks for joining us.
Robin said,
yes.
Twisted Tales sidekick version.
Yes. Or, better yet, let's just have an entire book series
based on the sidekick
stories, their origin stories, how they meet the main characters, and then maybe on an adventure that we've never seen before.
Oh, can you imagine? Okay, this just came to me. A book about Genie before he gets put in the lamp and into the Cave of Wonders. What happened to him before? We don't know.
Or how did he?
We only know it's been 10,000 years that he's been in the Cave of Wonders. But where was he before that?
Who put him in there?
What happened?
Is it
Disney books? I want to know. Tell me Genie's story.
Is it implied that Jafar put him in there, or we just don't know?
No.
So
no, because he hadn't met Jafar before.
So who
later?
Put him in there?
I know Genie puts Jafar in the cave at the end.
Yeah.
Things to
come on, Disney.
Oh, thanks.
Oh,
so
yay.
Fun. The movie night swap was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun.
If you missed that, we posted it on Sunday. And
we definitely need to do more movie nights because
we do. Last night we had a movie night.
We did.
Yeah, I watched Mulan and then we watched Mulan 2 together.
Yeah, and I honestly think this book club has not only helped with reading all of the books of these classic stories, but it's also helped us to go and rewatch a lot of them too, because it's fun to kind of read the book, watch the movie, and then compare them in these lives. So it's been fun for us to go back and watch some of the Disney classics through the whatever book we're reading for the book club, which is fun.
Yeah.
Mushu is huge in the Broadway show. That's good. He deserves that.
He deserves that. He does. Those ears look fabulous. Thank you. They've got Belle on them. Just ignore that part.
They have so much bling.
They're very sparkly. Wait, let me get them the
sun. Gemstones and
they're very sparkly, and I love them, and they're quite comfortable. Actually, did they have? I feel like they had like multiple princesses, or was it just Belle? Am I crazy?
I don't know.
It's been a long time since these came out. Yeah, I feel like they had multiple different princesses.
Sidekick series. Please and thank you. Yes,
I
totally
love
agree.
it even more.
We're geniuses, guys.
That's the way I just read. I heard that in Olaf's voice.
Even more.
That's my favorite scene in Frozen. I love that scene so much.
It's great.
Okay. Yes, the Sidekick series would be very awesome. Disney, if you're listening, take notes. Disney Sidekick series.
I just feel like that'd be so cool because you'd learn so much about. Because a lot of the sidekicks, they're just with their princesses or with their heroine or whoever already. So it's like, how did they meet? Or like, if we had an Abu one, how did Abu and Aladdin come together? You know, like those kind of things that like, ooh, I'd really want to know. Yeah. And it's the kind of thing that you just don't ever really know. You just kind of assume that they've always been. But those would be good backstories.
Do you think Jasmine would have gotten annoyed and wanted to put Aladdin into a lamp? I mean, she probably considered it a couple of times.
I don't know. I think that'd be hilarious.
Honestly, I mean,
yeah, there you go. If you had to start with a sidekick that you would really, really want to know their backstory. Same with you guys. If you had one sidekick
you could write a book
that you want to know right
sidekick.
Now who the backstory.
Or read a book about it.
Yeah. Which sidekick would be?
Oh gosh. I don't know. See, I would enjoy maybe a prequel about like the Beast's castle servants. Like all
about but we kind of
have that, but like
I want to know like about when the moment where they turn and what were the emotions going on then? What were the feet like? Did they try to run away?
If I'm remembering correctly, the Twisted Tales As Old as Time kind of took that on. Took on that idea of what was happening, what was going through their minds at that moment. Yeah.
Archimedes. Yes. Archimedes from The Sword and the Stone.
Archimedes and Merlin prequel or sequel. I don't care. That would be fun. That'd be really fun. Yeah, Lumiere and Cogsworth.
Yes.
Yes, for sure.
I really like the idea of Genie. And me too. Because Genie's been around for a really long time. So
and he's,
what the cosmic because he's basically lived a few lifetimes before we get to the movie. Right. So I'd want to hear just want to sit down and talk to Genie about everything
that happened to you before you met Aladdin.
Everything that he's been through in his life.
That would be a cool one.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of other Disney sidekicks and my brain's blanking. I mean, Sebastian could be fun, but I feel like we kind of get that in Little Mermaid 3. Ariel's
because
you hear a little bit kind of already seen that one. Yeah. 10,000 years will give you such a crick in the neck. I feel like to me, in my mind, I feel like the two most iconic lines of Disney sidekicks is Genie and Mushu. To be honest,
I agree.
Dishonor on you, dishonor on your cow. I mean, you don't get better. I mean, Eddie Murphy and Robin Williams are already, they're just comedic legends. Yes, so I feel like that's why, so good, so good. The Mice from Cinderella. Yes.
Oh yeah,
I think am I remembering that wrong? That new book that came out, Delphine and the Silver Needle, I think is what it's called. I think it's about the Mice from Cinderella. Interesting. Yeah, I can't remember exactly. I'd have to look at it again. I read the synopsis once, and it's been a while now, so I don't remember.
That would be cool, and to kind of not only hear the story from their perspective, but how did they first meet Cinderella, and how were they not? Because when we see the point in the movie, they're super comfortable with her, and they're best friends, and whatever. But I think they all had to start with the Gus Gus moment where they're freaked out. You know what I mean?
Which is totally fair.
I think that would be fun. And when she started making clothes for them and all that kind of stuff. I think that would be kind of cool to see.
Miko. Miko is so fun.
Oh, Miko.
I love Miko.
I want to know, how did Miko and Flitz friendship? How did their personalities?
I don't think they. This is what I love about Miko and Flitz. They're not friends.
They're
they have a mutual. They have a mutual friend. They have a mutual friend in Pocahontas, but they really don't like each other that much.
Which I also think is hilarious, and it's more accurate because of like the types of animals that they are and how their relationship is with Pocahontas. Yeah. Because I think some other movies you have other I don't want to say like Pua and Hey Hey because they're not really friends either.
Right.
But it's like that kind of thing where they're so different in animals that they just coexist. You know, they're not. I wouldn't say they're friends, but I would love a Miko story. That'd be great.
Yeah, definitely
about the mice.
That's what I thought. Yeah, I haven't read it either, but I will. Hopefully someday, because it looks really cute. It just looks adorable. The viewpoint of the evil queen's mirror.
Oh, he's totally a sidekick.
Totally. Also, the
every
dwarves.
time I think about
the
magic mirror, I think of Once Upon a Time because that's basically what they did. Is they made him his own person.
Well, Sydney was the genie and.
He's basically mirror, all the magic beings that are friends with other people. They made him the same character, but that would be really cool to like unpack how that, like, because he's technically an object in the actual movie,
or is he some sort of spirit?
Was he a person at one point, and then he got put into the mirror, which is kind of what Once Upon a Time shows. But I wonder, was it always an object? Or was it just an object that she enchanted to become? Having a personality. It doesn't really have a personality though. It just
answers
it's like it's like a magic 8-ball.
It's her Google. It's Google. It's her fantasy world.
Oh my gosh, that's what we all do when we say mirror, mirror on the smartphone.
Google on my phone. Oh goodness. Okay. Pascal. Yes. Absolutely.
Oh yes. I just really
that's one of my favorite episodes of Tangled the series. They did an episode of like the backstory of how Pascal and Rapunzel met. It's the cutest thing.
So wholesome.
It's so wholesome. Yes, Archimedes. And running up to clean after Merlin. It cannot be
easy. Did Merlin
easy.
train him this way, or is this part of
is he like some sort of enchanted person? Like, is he a person who's stuck in owl form and Merlin can't get him out?
That's deep. But Merlin could get him out.
But maybe he can't though. Maybe
Merlin is
maybe
Merlin.
Something. I don't know. Maybe he's been searching all this time to find some way to get Archimedes out of his owl form.
Is he actually really freakishly smart?
Is he actually the philosopher Archimedes? I don't know. There's plenty of questions you could ask with Archimedes. Jiminy Cricket.
101 Ways to Become a Lucky Cricket.
I love that. That could be either Cricket or Jiminy Cricket, and I love both of them.
Yeah. Also, this is my question with the Lucky Cricket. Specifically, well, I guess Jiminy Cricket's like his own.
Well, he's the conscience, right?
But with Cricket, did he go through training to be a Lucky Cricket?
Well, that's the thing. When I watched Mulan again last night, he admits to himself, he's just a cricket. He's not lucky. The only reason Grandmother Fa thought he was lucky is because she walks across the street and everything goes around her and she doesn't get hurt. And he's like, "You are lucky," and he's like,
"No, no,
no, I'm not." Okay.
I'm good as long as Jiminy Cricket is also in that book, yeah.
I have read Serena Valentino. We read The Evil Queen one, I think, as a book club. It was one of the first ones we read, so it's been a while. But yeah, that one I thought was really fascinating, how going into how the mirror works and stuff like that. Google on my phone. Show me the things I want to know.
I love you did that in a British accent too.
Yeah, Fairest of All. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, I thought it was really interesting. I thought it was really good.
Yeah. Hey, Tammy.
Hi, Tammy. Welcome. Let me see. What else did I want to talk about? I can't read my own handwriting.
Back to the store. I can't read yours either.
Okay, I already talked about that. Oh, okay.
Okay, more points about Mulan.
No, about the Twisted Tales.
Oh, okay.
Twisted Tales. So what I think is really interesting about this one in particular is every other Twisted Tales that I've read, which has been everyone we've read for the book club. So we've read Beauty and the Beast, As Old as Time, Conceal Don't Feel, which is Frozen, and So This Is Love, which is Cinderella, and then this one. Every other one, the question, which is the whole premise of the series, is that there's like one question or event that changes. The question changes the whole story. And I think for Cinderella, it's like past the events of the first one, if I'm remembering correctly. It's like the after events of the ball, because she doesn't get to try on the slipper the second time. think, if I'm remembering correctly. But Frozen, it changed like how Anna and Elsa knew each other. Beauty and the Beast, it changed just the whole thing.
It changes a lot.
Where this, it only changed like the last quarter of the film. Like the whole movie leading up to leading up to the attack of the Huns on the mountain with the cannon, and you missed. How could you miss? He's 3 feet in front of you, which is another iconic Mushu quote. Everything up to that point is the same, and then it changes, which I think is really interesting because basically she's like, "That's all already happened. You know the story. You don't. So I don't need to recount it again. We're gonna do something different from this point forward at the end of the movie."
It is interesting because I feel like some of them they changed it so drastically.
Yeah.
It was like a completely
different story.
It didn't go with the movie. It went as a completely like side.
It's an alternate.
It's an alternate. Yes, alternate reality.
Whereas this one like was the same up until a certain point, and then it changed. And I just thought it was kind of cool because like it's basically saying, yeah, I kept Mulan the same, but like, what if this happened instead right at the end of the movie?
Yeah.
And then we spent 400 pages journeying through the underworld. So I felt like this one maybe could have been a little bit shorter, if I'm going to be honest with you. That's my one thing. I feel like maybe
why is this dragging on?
Now, I mean, I was intrigued the whole time. I was entertained the whole time, but I feel like maybe one of the encounters maybe could have been cut of like the big monster encounters. If I'm gonna be honest with you, if I'm gonna critique something, that's what I'm gonna critique on here. Yes, some of them are definitely standalone, and others give you more knowledge, understanding, and points of view what you already know and love. Agreed, and I think it's really interesting. Yes, monsters aplenty, demons, ghosts, all sorts of
kinds
things.
of monsters.
The big scary fire demon, although the point it said something like was coming out of the flames, and I was sitting there thinking, dragon, make it a dragon, and then it wasn't a dragon.
So not a dragon.
It's just a fire demon. I wanted it to be a dragon.
You're like, man,
this
is the perfect place to
missed opportunity for a dragon. That's all. I mean,
and if Mushu's not even there, we really need a dragon.
The lack of dragons. It's the lack of dragons for me. Should be more dragons. Which I could say about a lot of stories.
No dragons.
I feel like what I think is hilarious is I feel like there's not many stories or books in the world that couldn't be at least slightly improved by the addition of dragons. I'm just putting that out there. Think of any story and just wonder if there was a dragon. And it would be
more epic.
So fun. I'm just gonna write a series of retellings of classic literature about dragons.
Oh my
No.
goodness.
Yeah, so I just thought it was really interesting. It was very unique as far as the Twisted Tales go, in my opinion, of what it changed. I thought it was cool. Oh, let me show you. Okay, so last month we talked about my reading journal that I made a reading journal, and it's very exciting. I've been updating it as I've been reading books, but I did a whole page just for this one, and it looks like this. Ooh. Actually, I'll answer. I saw some comments come through, so I
read the Cinderella one in 2 days. I couldn't put it down. It was so good.
The Cinderella one shocked me. I loved it. I mean, it surprised me how much I loved it because I thought I would feel okay about it, but I didn't expect to be like.
I feel like kind of in contrast to this one, that one moved very quickly.
It did.
Whereas this one, I feel like kind of some of it could have been there.
Well, I mean, it moved fast. It's not like it wasn't. It was boring.
There wasn't
boring,
like,
but I feel like
repetitiveness.
Yes, that's what I felt. It did add culture, and along with the dishonor or honor for your family culture interview passed into the other world. Yeah. I thought it was. I mean, I don't know enough about Chinese mythology to know.
There's a maybe there's a reason why there's not.
Well, no, not the dragon part.
Here's my thing. I'm like, if it's not offending anyone, can we put a dragon in there?
If it's not hurting anyone, just throw in a little dragon. No one's gonna say anything.
We like the dragon.
A few dinosaurs with those dragons.
Yeah,
absolutely. But I don't know enough about Chinese mythology to know how much of what she encountered in the underworld is like, a classic part of like Chinese lore as to the underworld and stuff. I'm assuming that the author did her research as to what to include in here. I'm not saying that she didn't, because I'm sure she did. So I thought it was really interesting, and it did. What was fun about spending so much time here and having so many encounters is that you learn a lot about what it's like in the Chinese underworld. Seems like a really miserable place. I'm gonna be honest with you. Doesn't seem like the most fun place. No.
Dragon, a dragon. I think I saw a dragon. A little
dragon.
I wish.
Dragon. It's been a long time since I've seen Peach Dragons. It's been a really long time.
Autocorrect.
I know.
So true. So
worst. Yeah, the 13 realms, the glowing auras, and guardians. Agreed. I think guardians is a really cool concept, and I mean, obviously, the movie Mulan explores that a bit because we have.
Although it doesn't explain a lot, it just puts it. Yeah. It just shows you like that they're there.
Yeah,
but it actually gets kind of confusing between Mulan and Mulan 2 with the whole like guardians, ancestors, other
Mulan
families'
2,
ancestors. Like
Mulan 2. I love that film. Don't get me wrong. I love that film. Huge nostalgic movie for us. And it's so dramatic for no reason. But there's a lot of it.
Slightly over dramatic.
There's a lot of it that I feel like kind of conflicts with the first one. And I don't think I've often watched them back to back like I did yesterday. So I didn't notice. But like, the whole thing of Mulan 2 is that Mulan feels uncomfortable because the princesses are being put into an arranged marriage. But like, so was she until she failed her meeting with the matchmaker.
And basically everyone around her, like that's a normal
That's a normal part. We're assuming because of the whole Honor to Us All song in the first film.
Maybe she got so mad about it because she got kicked out, and then she was like that's why emotionally scarred. So then she didn't want.
Shang's like, not everyone can marry for love, like.
Like no one around you.
Nobody else is, only us.
And I didn't realize until you watch Mulan 2 that they've literally only been together a month. It's only been a month between the first one and the last one, and then they get engaged. Spoilers.
If you've never seen Mulan 2, here's the plot of the film.
They get engaged, and by the end, married, mostly married, kind of married.
I'm
actually confused by that.
I don't know if Mushu's ordained.
So I feel like it's one of those things to just get them out of that situation, then they have to go actually get married.
Yeah.
After that. Yeah. But point is, from Mulan to the end of Mulan 2 is literally like a month. And then the whole like rift and
they're like
emotional issues are like, we're so different. We're just not compatible. We're not yin and yang. You know, are we too different? Whatever. I'm like, well, you've only been together a month. So like, these are understandably, concerning questions, but they're just like, it's just like a roller coaster. Yeah. But literally, I missed the fact that they say it's a month.
Yeah, so did I.
I'm like, a month since the end of that?
Although, All Family of Interest says she got engaged on her first date. So, I mean, when you know,
awesome.
Whatever. I'm not judging.
I think it was hilarious though, because I guess it makes sense in that in the second movie, everyone knows who Mulan is, and everyone, she's like the hero, like, so even the other emperor from another place
has heard of the great hero of China.
I mean, I guess that makes sense, but the hype was still big because it had only been a month.
Yeah, I don't know. It was an interesting experience watching Mulan 2 again. I was like,
there's a lot of things that we forgot about.
Also, it's some of the stuff with like the ancestors and the guardians, which is what made me think of it. That's a little bit weird in Mulan 2 because I mean, in Mulan, it's implied that the Fa family, I almost said the Li family, but that's not right. The Fa family has multiple guardians because they're like, send the swiftest, no, the wisest. And like the ancestors are talking about like the monkey and the rabbit and there's like a bunch of them up on like the rafters that Mushu would have to wake up. And in the second movie, it almost feels like only Mushu.
It's just him. So then I'm like,
I mean, I guess Mushu is Mulan's guardian. And they did kind of explain that here because like Xi was Shang's father's guardian, who was just one of the Li family guardians, I think.
So does each person have one?
So does each member of the family have a guardian?
But it is interesting how in Mulan, in just the movie Mulan that they talk about all these others that are their family's guardians, and then the next one they don't reference them at all. And
which I mean, it's not prevalent to the film, so I guess I get it. But like,
and then it's like it's this whole weird situation, and then how Mushu freaks out because he's gonna lose his position or whatever. But then at the end, what makes him keep his position is because Shang's family, like they join them. So then, but then like, doesn't that mean he also loses his position because then there's a whole new crew
of guardians? How does that work?
I'm confused.
I just want to know.
Whatever.
But I did appreciate there's a line in here where Shang is like, "If I got married, I'd probably combine the family temples," and I was like, "You did that. You do that." Yay. Little Mulan 2 reference just for me.
I'm here to pick that up.
Yes. But yeah, the auras were really interesting because you glow different colors if you're like already bound for heaven or if you have to do your punishment or whatever, and it's really I found this book bringing forth a lot of questions, and in my opinion, books that if it draws me into wanting to know more are the books that will stick with me. Same.
Yeah.
I'm very intrigued.
But not the ones that over confuse me.
I think Elizabeth Lim did a really good job of explaining enough to make me intrigued and to make the whole story make sense, but not like overwhelmingly, whoa, that's too much.
Like I needed a preface,
guide
map to this book before.
You need a glossary in the back, which I love a book with a glossary, do not get me wrong. Books with a glossary have my heart. I need them more than I would like to admit. Okay, the songs in that movie are so good. Agreed. Mulan 2 or Mulan? Both, frankly. Both. Great music. Both. We listened to Like Other Girls from the second one because I don't remember. I listened to it twice last night while we were watching. It's just so good. It's great. Also, Judy Kuhn at least does the singing voice of I think the oldest sister. Yeah. So I was like, look at Judy Kuhn and Lea Salonga. They're just getting all of the princess songs, and I love it.
And you can tell that this is more of like because they don't sing that much.
No, they don't. In the second
songs? One song?
There's the opening. There's Like Other Girls.
And then
they do a reprise of A Girl Worth Fighting For.
Yeah. So
that's it.
What I was gonna say is they don't sing that much, but you could tell that it was a fun project. Like they enjoyed getting to be Disney princesses.
Well, that's the thing. Judy Kuhn was the singing voice of Pocahontas as well. So I just think that was fun. I was like, look at them. They get to play all the princesses. So fun. Sometimes you just know you love somebody very much even before you start dating them. Shang and Ping were friends first, so 1 month isn't that long when one of them is lying. That's true. That's true. I mean, I'm not discounting. They had a great relationship. And what I thought last night was I don't know how long the training montage of I'll Make a Man Out of You actually is. So I don't know how long length of time,
over
how long they've known each other. I assume it's at least a couple of months. At least. Probably more.
I mean, we could have been on the fast track and have been under 2.5 minutes. But then
again, I don't know, because there's this it's weird.
Because they're saying that, like, the troops are coming, so they're trying to train quickly.
Well, then Shang's dad goes flying out because Shan Yu's like, they're going to cut them off in the Tung Chao Pass or whatever, right before Shang starts training them. How long was... Does anyone know? Is there a video out there probably where somebody tries to figure out how long this training montage takes?
Like a timeline where we can plug in, like,
because I feel like things happen very quickly in Mulan. Like the first movie, like things happen rapidly. I think it has to because it's war. Like things are happening.
The emotional theme of the movie is pressure and like this is coming, it's coming, it's coming. We have to be ready. So I think it's under like speed,
right?
Like so, they press fast forward.
There's a time crunch in the events of this movie.
Yeah.
So like I don't know. And then there's the whole travel of Girl Worth Fighting For song again. Traveling montage. We get a training montage and a traveling montage.
I love montages.
And that is why we love Mulan. Most Disney movies only get training or traveling. Mulan gets both. And it's really fun. Yeah, I think it's kind of you have a guardian and then that guardian goes to sleep and isn't awakened until generations later. Yeah, that kind of is the vibe. But I don't know. It's just I'd love to explore. Now I want a Mushu book and explore the guardian situation. How does it work? I just want to know. Just curious, like because then there's the Great Stone Dragon that doesn't get awakened,
and the Golden
Dragon immunity doesn't count. That's not a family guardian. But the Great Stone Dragon is
I was gonna say I think there's so many things that are referenced in the movies that we don't they don't really get explored. They're just talked about like, oh yeah,
it's a throwaway line, and I'm like, wait a second,
exactly.
I want to know more about
break
that.
it down.
Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting though. I'd love to know more about how the Guardian situation works in Mulan. The training montage coming to the Disney Sisters channel too.
Yeah. That would be hilarious.
We were watching one of our old vlogs. Remember our Epcot workout?
We did. We had Epcot warm-up exercises. That was fun.
A Pepita story. Okay, a Coco prequel.
That would be so cool.
Yes. Coco is another one I think I'd love to get more exploration out of Coco, because I think there's so much to dig into there that I think they did a lot, but like there's more. I want to know. More Mulan merchandise.
Yeah, there actually isn't that much comparatively.
No, there was a lot last year. Well, I mean, when it was open last year, because the live action one came out. But,
yeah.
But yeah, there's definitely room for more.
I sobbed at Coco. Yes.
Both times. I've seen it twice, and the same part got me both times. Yes, both of these movies are really good. It's just heritage and family.
And you can tell that they like didn't cheat. They didn't cheat through the movies by not including that stuff. Like it gives some background to what's actually happening, which is pretty.
One of the ones that have kind of a family focus, and Mulan is one of those because she's doing it to save her dad and all that. So it's very sweet. I really thought it was interesting in here. She kind of has to wrestle. Why did I go to war? Was it really to save my dad, or was it because I wanted to prove that I could do something right for once? And it was really deep and sad. That whole scene in the mirror, the Hall of Mirrors, or whatever it's called, was really emotional. It was very sad for her. It's very deep.
Very deep moment.
Yeah.
Is it really a Disney movie if you're not crying?
I find Pixar gets me.
I don't cry at every Disney movie, but every Pixar movie.
Definitely. Yes, Grandma Tala.
Ooh, yes.
There's a lot of the newer ones.
Does Grandma Tala count as a sidekick? Or is it just like a family thing? Because I am curious with a lot of like family background for a lot of these stories. I would love a Brave family history, like to figure out how their family came.
Could we get a book about how her parents met?
That would be so
cute.
And like I want to see like explain them how they were when they were younger as individuals, and then
that would be so fun. I would love that. I didn't watch Coco when it first came out in theaters because I didn't think it would be that good, but when I eventually watched it, it was in my living room floor crying.
Yeah.
We didn't see it in theaters, I don't think. No, we didn't.
I don't think
we saw it after. Yeah. I think we just missed it. It was a busy time for us, so we didn't go to see it in the theater, but But I cried a lot.
I actually cried a lot.
Cried a lot at Coco. It's so good. Oh, and the whole film is just beautiful. Like, so is Mulan. Like, the whole film, just the aesthetic. Yeah, when she becomes a Rey. Yeah, there's a lot to explore with Grandma Tala that they did not touch on. There's a lot there. And like, for sure.
I would love for them
she knows more than she's letting on.
A little bit more about how that works, because I feel like she's the only one that they show in the movie that does that. But like, does everybody do that? Because then it's like, because I think they imply that like you have your animal or your soul
spirit
animal,
I guess.
But anyways, I'm like, I would be curious to see like how that works in other people, in other families. Is it just the royal family?
Yeah.
Or is it everybody's family? I don't know. That'd be cool.
Brave.
Yeah.
Brother Bear.
Okay, seriously, Brother Bear and Brave. I would love to have like the family backstories.
Yes. I was actually going to ask this question because I've been thinking about this a lot this week. If you could have a Twisted Tales book of any Disney movie that hasn't already been done, what would you pick? I would say Brother Bear.
I would say Brother Bear.
Or the one that I thought would be really interesting would be Pocahontas, but I have no idea what the question would be. But Pocahontas could be really cool. And I thought about my brain earlier today was like, Hunchback of Notre Dame. That would go really dark really fast. We're not going to do that. That could go really scary really fast. Yeah, Grandma Tala's life would be so cool. Coda is so sad. I love Brother Bear, but Coda's story does make sense.
I know. And just, it's one of those, like, mind-blowing moments when that's revealed, and you're just like...
Tarzan, that's another one I think would be really cool. I don't know if maybe if Tarzan's parents had survived, maybe that would be the question they could go with. If he grew up like a proper English kid, would it be more Swiss Family Robinson than Tarzan?
Just picture Swiss Family Robinson.
Yeah.
Put that in. But what I was going to say is, like, if his parents did live and he lived as a human in a human family, would he have somehow grown to, like, I mean, he wouldn't have resented the jungle, but he definitely wouldn't have been as much of a part of it because they wouldn't have, like, accepted him.
And they probably, I don't even know if they would have stayed or if they would have, like, gotten rescued or, I don't know. That could be really fun to explore, though.
They probably wouldn't have stayed. They probably, as soon as
another ship comes up, hey,
peace out,
we're stuck.
You hitchhike on the next ship.
The Emperor's New Groove, that would be cool. Emperor's New Groove is a really, really interesting story. I think it's nice that Twisted Tales has kind of done a few, I mean, obviously they've done the iconic ones, but I think they've started kind of veering into more of the, like, lesser known movies, because, like, Hercules just came out. I mean, Tangled's coming out, but that's not well known. That's iconic. Everyone loves Tangled, but
seeing a movie about Grandma Tala's life would be amazing, and I feel like it would be so eventful. It would be so.
I want to know how many adventures did this lady go on. I feel like
really
she's got such this history that we never get to see because she's,
that would be
so fun.
101 Dalmatians Twisted Tales.
That'd be fun. Madam Mim, yes. Mikey Goobian, yes. Meet the Robinsons Twisted Tale. I don't even know what they would do, but it could be a whole lot of fun. Meet the Robinsons is so good.
Yeah, what would their question be?
Atlantis also would be really fascinating. It'd be really cool to see. I think there could be some really cool ones. The thing is, I feel like so many of the Disney films are based on, like, classic literature that, like, I feel like they're...
Well, and I think so far with the Twisted Tales, they've kept it to very classic stories that everyone knows. Because I think the more obscure they get, the more people won't understand, like, the setup of it. But I think the Twisted Tales are doing so well as a series because they keep making more of them, and that maybe they would branch out and do some more.
And I think they've all been excellent. The ones that I've read so far, I've really enjoyed. So far. What if Doris succeeded? Didn't they have a flash forward to that where everything is bowler hats everywhere? I don't remember. It's been a long time since I've seen Meet the Robinsons. What if Mike caught the ball? That's the big question. What if he caught the ball? The whole movie would have been a very different situation.
The entire
movie. But I think that's one of the fun things about that movie is they really explore that one little thing can change everything.
Oh my gosh, that's so intense. Grandma Tala took the heart of Tafiti off of her neck, gave it to Moana, then died. The heart was keeping her alive. So, how did she get it? Did she get it from someone else? Did she get it from a crazy adventure that she was on? Did her mom have it? Was it like a family heirloom?
Did she have a journey like Moana's, but she failed to find Maui? These are all the questions we want to know, Disney. We need a Grandma Tala
prequel. Like a Moana 2, but we need a Moana 5. We need the pre before the story.
That's true. She did take it from the ocean when Moana was a baby, but did she?
How did she take it? Did
she put it there?
Did she?
I don't know. I just have so many questions.
How did she just take it? Like, could anybody just take it, or did she have, like, the heart of the hero? I don't know, because
the truest believer. That's the wrong thing.
I was gonna say, like, did she have the pure heart or whatever? Because, like, that's what Moana has too.
Yeah,
but does it run in the family?
Hello.
Don't know.
The ocean gave it to Moana, and her father picked it up. Yeah. I mean, we definitely have a few answers.
What if the dinosaur didn't have little legs and a big head?
I have a big head and little arms, and I'm just not sure how well this plan is thought out. Princess and the Frog? Yes, absolutely. I need more Dr. Facilier creepiness, quite frankly. He's one of my favorite Disney villains, I feel like, because he's so mysterious. There's so little we know about him compared to some of the others that, like,
Yeah, she was holding it till the right time.
Mhm.
But clearly she had to be worthy enough to hold it, or else the ocean would have either killed her or made it go back.
I don't know. Is
into
that
the
what
ocean.
happened? Is that what would happen?
Well, I don't know, but like it seems like a pretty
Also,
intense
I love
thing.
the idea that the heart of Tahiti's just been floating around in the ocean all this time.
I know. So then the
Nobody's
ocean,
just eaten it or anything?
clearly. So
Yeah.
my thing is clearly original Moana in order for the ocean.
Disney, we want more Moana content. Let's get that going. I mean, the show is coming, so hopefully that gets us a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we get some more backstory with that. I don't know. How did Merlin know Wart would save the kingdom? Because he's Merlin.
Because Merlin is awesome.
Most of the questions of Sword of the Stone, I feel like, would just be because he's Merlin.
It's Merlin. Yeah.
You don't really need much more than that. Yeah, but definitely Merlin and Madame Mim, how they first met, would be really interesting.
Yeah.
Because when we see their wizard duel,
and we assume that they're a lot younger
them
when they.
Yeah, we get the vibe that they've known each other a really long time.
Hundreds of years.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of fun things I think Disney could do with Twisted Tales. I think my ones that I would really be curious to see would be like Tarzan. What's the one I said earlier? I had a thought. Now I forgot what it was.
I think Brother Bear would be cool.
Brother Bear would be really cool, even though I don't have any idea what they would do. Merlin and Madame Mim at a fun Hogwarts school.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Wizard school for
maybe
Mim
they met when they were like students. They were that young, and then it's been like this whole like lifelong rivalry that they've got going on.
That would be interesting. A Lion King Twisted Tales where Mufasa doesn't die. What would that look like? You know, something like that. Like there's
then
so
it would
many.
Basically, just be Mufasa and Scar going at it.
I feel like at some point Scar would have succeeded in killing him.
Are you for real? I was gonna say.
I feel like he kind of seized
like
the opportunity.
Had he not been in that, he just had a rough day.
That was just Scar seizing an opportunity more than.
I feel like he could have taken him.
Yeah, they definitely have history for sure. Merlin and Mim.
Oh yeah, definitely
for sure.
And they kind of hint at the fact that they do because they say this is my first rodeo. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. So those would be fun. I think. Guys, we've laid out for
given Disney a lot to
their
think about.
entire Twisted Tales franchise. You're welcome, Disney. Those are free. Okay, let me show you my reading journal because I talked about it and then got off on tangent. Look how pretty! Hope lent me the stickers from her giant Disney Princess Happy Planner book, but I knew because there was Mulan stickers and I wanted to make it look so cute. So I got Mulan and Mushu and Creaky, and then this one says "Be strong and courage, have courage," which. I almost said be strong and courageous because that's a Bible verse. So it made me think of a Bible verse. And then like some flowers, the comb, and my favorite quotes. And I love it. I think it turned out really nice.
And I love that you have the Jasmine.
I do have the Jasmine too.
Gotta add a little bit of Disney in there, you know.
I gotta keep my place.
I love
Disney. So fun.
You know that Disney is listening. Yeah. Hey Disney, what's up?
Hi Disney. We love you. Write this down.
Thanks.
Thank you. I love it too. It's very nice. It's been fun.
I like how you get to, because you kind of work on it as you go.
I do.
And then
I try.
You can add a little zest, a little decoration at the end. I heard that, Heather. I think I may have to go try. I've heard multiple people have found Happy Planner books at the Dollar Tree. Whoa. I have a feeling ours don't.
Probably not.
Just because we don't really have
our stores. People are always like, I found such and such at Walmart or Dollar Tree, and then they don't have them here.
We just don't have the cool ones, apparently.
No,
but
I
still feel like it's worth a check. And who knows? That could be a really fun blog going around trying to find.
Going to all the Dollar Trees in the area. Yes, Disney, we want more Twisted Tales. I'm really excited. I know they've got Tangled's coming out. Hercules just came out. So I'm curious to see what's next. I'm very intrigued.
You know that there's like,
so many
got
ones that they can
like
do.
What they're working towards.
Yeah, well, the Disney canon is so huge now.
Yeah.
That there's so many places they could go.
Oh, you have a Princess Happy Planner, but it's more like a daily journaling type. That's cool.
Nice.
I like the ones that you can update every day. That's kind of how I use mine anyways.
Yeah.
Is by filling it in daily. So that's cool.
Thanks. I love decorating it. It's been really fun. Yes, that's what the Tangled one is called, and it's about what if instead of the sunflower, her mom drank the moonflower. I think that's what it's called. I can't remember. I haven't seen Tangled the series in a while, and that was in season 3, and they delved into that because it's kind of like the opposites. So, a planner for my planner, and then I plan for that one.
That is so accurate.
Oh, she may have extra.
I feel like most of us in this group kind of.
I see that wink, Heather. A wink back.
Oh, well, maybe it's an epic fail. I feel like I should vlog it either way because even if it's a fail, it would at least be somewhat humorous. But it's also kind of fun to see. Our Dollar Trees oftentimes will have Disney stuff there.
Yeah, it's true.
It's like Dollar Tree stuff, but it does have Disney stuff, so that could be kind of fun to just show what's there.
Yes. The Princess HP horizontal today.
Whoa, Robin!
I will tell you, I love a horizontal.
That's so
horizontal planner. What I love about a horizontal planner is that you can make your it's a built-in checklist. You don't have to like put stickers down to make a checklist. Like
it's more of like a journal in planner form, kind of. Gives you more writing space.
Yeah.
That's so cool. You'll find some really cool way to use that, I know.
5 different stores to find them. That's the way it goes when you're on the hunt for something specific. It's never the first one you try.
I know.
Has that specific thing.
Or in our case, whenever we decide that we're going to turn it into content and we're going to vlog it, it never shows up. And then if we don't, if we're just like, I'm just going to run it really quick, we find it.
That's just the way it goes. What Twisted Tales book are you guys reading next? Well, there's no guarantee there's Twisted Tales, but I do have a Twisted Tales up for an option. Since we're almost done with the hour, I suppose we can
let's announce what the next book is.
So the 3 options this month were Frozen 2, Dangerous Secrets, which is about Anna and Elsa's parents, and I was really interested to read that, but nobody voted. A couple of people voted for it. I will probably still read it because I love Agnar and Aduna, and I would love to know more about them. And then Go the Distance, which is the new Twisted Tales about Hercules by Jen Kalanita. Kalanita. I actually don't know if that's how she says her last name. I'll have to look that up. And Jungle Book, The Jungle Book by Rudyard Kipling, which is iconic, classic. So.
I was like, Heather should have taken us along because she went to 5 different stores. The drama, Heather. Yeah. We need the drama of that.
Oh, well, I appreciate you guys. Thank you, Robin, Nicole. You are our people.
See,
one of these days we will read it about Agnar and Aduna. But the winner, it was very close. It was a very close race. But the winner is actually Go the Distance. It's another Twisted Tales. I'm so excited. I love Hercules.
We can go the distance. Yay!
We'll beat the odds. And the Hercules soundtrack is so good. I was listening to my Disney playlist while I was working on my reading journal earlier, and it's like I have a Disney 90s playlist that's specifically for the movies that came out in the 90s because that's where Mulan is. And so I was listening to that, and then Zero to Hero came on, and I was like, so good. Hercules is so iconic. So I'm very excited. I don't actually remember. Let me quickly glance at Goodreads to tell me what the question that Go the Distance asks is, because I remember it sounded really interesting. It's something to do with Meg, I believe, which
that's cool because again, it's immediately changing the focus.
And who doesn't love Meg? What an icon, Megara, right?
Oh, you just bought that book a few weeks ago.
So exciting! So we're going to be reading that for June and July. So the live show for that one will be at the end of July. It's a pretty, I feel like that's a good like summer choice. I feel like, Hercules, it's very like power and stuff. So very fun. What if Meg had to become a god? Now, I did not see that question coming. What is this about? Hercules proves he's a true hero and regains his godship. Oh, so he chooses to go with the gods instead of Meg. Ooh.
So it's up to her to.
She has a chance to earn a spot at Mount Olympus. So this is another one that starts with at the end of the movie. Ooh. So if Herc took, because at the end of the movie he says no, I'm going to stay with Meg. Mm-hmm. So if Herc said no, I'll go back to Olympus.
That already makes me not love Herc as much.
I know. That feels wrong. I don't like how that.
He chose
like
power
that.
over her.
He literally went to the underworld to save her, and then it's like, no, I'm good. I'll go up. Maybe he thinks she can come up, and then the guys are like, whoa.
I will reserve judgment until I can actually read it.
We'll see. But interesting.
Yes, the Hercules soundtrack is one of the best. Play it before you start every video. Stand up like a superhero. We love a good jam, a good Disney jam right before filming. It really just gets us in the mood.
Man, Gospel Truth is great. Go the Distance is great. Zero to Hero, iconic. Like Stars Born, so good. They used to play that at the end of every night at Hollywood Studios. They would play A Star is Born, and it was so fun because you're like, Hollywood
Heather,
Stars.
You can totally use us as the excuse to go back to Books A Million and go buy that book.
I give you all permission to break your book buying ban and go and buy Go the Distance.
Purpose,
I actually I saw it when I was at Books A Million, but I didn't pick it up. I picked up other things instead. Here we go, The Distance.
The Distance.
Yes. Just like that.
Gotta do it with the snaps.
I know. Power or Love. Do we go back to the underworld? I think we do. I think we're going back to the underworld. Rescue her ex's current wife from the underworld. The boyfriend she saved by selling her soul to Hades. The ex-boyfriend who immediately moved on to someone else. Oh, I'm so excited. We're getting some
very drama.
It's gonna be some Meg backstory that I personally have always wondered
we
about.
Don't have much.
Yeah, we have. I mean, the movie is called Hercules, so I understand we get all of Herc's backstory, but we don't get a ton about Meg, and I would love to know more. So
here we go. Back to the underworld.
Oh goodness.
Yes, those are such good ones. Shiny and You're Welcome before videos. You have to get a really good jam. It puts you in the right.
We need to do jams more. We used to do them every time.
Yeah.
And now we don't do them.
We need to do it more.
We should,
because it just gets you
going. Go the Distance. It gets me too.
It's emotional.
It's emotional, man. It's very emotional.
Heather, the drama. I know. This sounds so drama filled.
So intrigued. So yes. So June and July, Go the Distance. Jen Kalanita. It looks really cool, and I hope we all enjoy it. Yeah.
Go pick it up, read it with us. So at the end of July, we'll do another one of these live shows to talk about that. And we're jamming through Vlogmas. It's true, and I loved it.
We did.
We just loved
Christmas music.
Man. I just love it. I love most music in general, but Christmas music and Disney music are just
next level. Princess and the Frog.
Yes, another great jam.
The Princess and the Frog soundtrack. Another one they should do a Twisted Tales for Princess and the Frog. That could be really cool. If we know one thing about Robin, it's that she loves Moana and her Moana soundtrack. So it's called branding, is what it's called. When people can predict what song you listen to before you film your videos.
We know what you like.
We do. Okay, I think it's okay. So that's an hour that we've been chatting. So I think we're going to start to wrap this up. If anybody had any more questions or things to discuss about this one before we go back to a different underworld from a different mythology,
before we go back down,
before we go from China to Greece.
And I'm excited about that. So you have all through June and July, and then we will post the date for the July live show so we can talk about that. If you don't follow us over on Facebook at the Tales Oldest Time Book Club over there, be sure to do that.
Yes. And when this live is done, I will link it in the description. So go check
it.
We hope you guys have an amazing week. Thank you so much, Nicole. We love you. And we will see you later.
Have a great evening. Bye, guys.
Bye. Love you lots. Happy reading. Bye.
Happy stickering.
Happy stickering. All the things. Bye.